Imagine opening your eyes. 300,000 years ago. No roads. No cities. Just an endless world waiting to be explored. Our ancestors didn't stay in one place. They walked. Day after day. Week after week. Following nothing but instinct, food, and survival. They crossed rivers. Climbed mountains. And entered places no human had ever seen before. Every step was dangerous. One wrong move could mean a fall, starvation, or never making it home. But the wilderness wasn't empty. You were never truly alone. Every forest could be hiding a predator, watching your every move. Sometimes, survival didn't depend on being the strongest. It depended on noticing the danger before it noticed you. Running could trigger a chase. So your only chance was to stay calm, move slowly, and hope the predator decided you weren't worth the risk. This time, you survived. But in the prehistoric world, every new sunrise brought another test. Survival wasn't about winning once. It was about surviving every single day. Now another challenge begins. Finding food. In the prehistoric world, one wrong bite could be just as deadly as any predator. Our ancestors couldn't search the internet. Every plant had to be learned through experience. One mistake could cost a life, while one discovery could feed generations. Water was life. Without clean water, even the strongest hunter wouldn't survive for long. Finding a safe stream could mean the difference between life and death. But as the sun slowly disappeared below the horizon, another challenge was about to begin. As the sun began to disappear, one challenge became more important than anything else: making fire. Without it, the cold, the darkness, and the predators would own the night. Minute after minute, nothing happened. Your arms burned with exhaustion. Just when it felt impossible, a tiny thread of smoke appeared. Then, it happened. A tiny flame, small enough to fit in your hands, yet powerful enough to change the future of humanity forever. For the first time that day, you finally felt safe. Fire wasn't just warmth. It was light, protection, hope, and the reason our ancestors survived the darkness. But the night was never truly quiet. Beyond the firelight, hungry eyes were always watching, waiting for the perfect moment. Morning finally arrived. You survived your first night. But in this world, surviving yesterday meant nothing. Every sunrise brought a brand new challenge. Then something changed. Humans stopped depending only on their bodies. They began creating tools. A simple sharpened stone could mean the difference between eating or starving. This wasn't just a weapon. It was one of humanity's greatest inventions. For the first time, intelligence gave us an advantage that strength alone never could. But creating a weapon was only the beginning. Now it was time to find food. But making a spear didn't guarantee success. Hunting demanded patience, precision, and perfect timing. One mistake, and your only meal could disappear into the wilderness. In that single moment, everything depended on your aim. A missed throw meant another day without food. A perfect throw could keep you alive. Success didn't mean luxury. It meant one more day to live. Every successful hunt fed families, taught new skills, and helped our ancestors survive another unforgiving day. Fire changed everything. It made food safer to eat, gave warmth through freezing nights, and turned a dangerous wilderness into a place where humans could finally rest, recover, and prepare for tomorrow. But survival was no longer just about food or fire. Then something even more powerful happened. Humans stopped surviving alone. One stranger became two survivors, and together, their chances of living through another day became much greater. At first, there was only silence. Neither one knew if the other could be trusted. But the warmth of the fire spoke louder than fear. And that simple moment became the beginning of cooperation. The greatest invention wasn't the spear itself. It was the ability to teach someone else how to make one. Once knowledge could be shared, every generation became stronger than the one before. One hunter could fail, but two hunters could plan. Working together didn't just increase their chances of finding food. It completely changed the future of humanity. Together, They achieved what one person rarely could. Cooperation didn't just provide more food. It became humanity's greatest survival advantage. Others began to notice. A warm fire, shared food, and friendly faces were impossible to ignore. Slowly, small groups of strangers started gathering together, and the very first human communities were born. Soon, people stopped facing every challenge alone. Some gathered wood, others built shelters. Everyone had a role. And for the first time in history, survival became a shared responsibility instead of an individual struggle. What started as one person trying to survive had become something much bigger. A place to return to, people to protect, and a future worth building. This was the beginning of the first human home. The greatest gift our ancestors could leave behind wasn't food or shelter. It was knowledge. Every lesson passed from parent to child made the next generation smarter, safer, and stronger than the last. Then humans discovered something even more powerful than speech. They began leaving messages behind. Cave paintings became the world's first stories, allowing knowledge to survive long after the storyteller was gone. Years passed, and every generation added something new. Better tools, stronger shelters, shared knowledge. Little by little, scattered survivors became thriving communities, and humanity's future grew brighter with every passing year. Then came the discovery that changed human history forever. Instead of chasing food, humans learned they could grow it. A handful of seeds planted in the earth would eventually feed entire generations, marking the beginning of agriculture and the first true civilizations. Months later, the impossible became reality. For the first time, people weren't simply taking food from nature, they were growing it. Harvest after harvest, humanity became less dependent on luck and more dependent on planning, changing our future forever. Humans didn't just change the land, they changed their relationship with animals. Instead of hunting every meal, they learned to protect, raise, and care for living creatures. This simple partnership gave families a more reliable future and helped civilizations grow stronger. Generation after generation, every small discovery built upon the last. Hunters became farmers. Families became villages. Villages became the foundation of civilization. Everything humanity has achieved began with people learning to work together. And after thousands of years of progress, humanity would build a world our ancestors could never have imagined. Everything you see today, every city, every invention, every dream, began with one simple decision: to survive one more day. Our ancestors didn't know they were building the future, but every fire they lit, every tool they crafted, every lesson they shared, became the foundation of the modern world. Their story isn't just history, it's your story.